Brian, tell us what we got in front of us here. You've got all kinds of stuff, and I noticed all different brands as well. So this is part of your selection process.
Exactly.
But what have we got here? I see buttons, I see all kinds of things.
So this is basically our preview to our clients when they want to make a selection. So they are fabric pieces and fabric strips that help make decisions and kind of reflect what resonates with them the best. All of these are high quality wool.
And you're sourcing this wool from
yes,
all over the world?
All over the world and also locally. Locally we have a number of players as well who pretty much are competitive, are world-class competitive.
Really?
Yes, in terms of fabric selection, they are some of the best.
Oh.
One such example is George, who really go to extreme depths to ensure that in Kenya locally we get the best. But most of them are pretty much self-sourced.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's part of your business. You're
exactly.
looking around the world, scanning it, think, oh, I like that material.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And bringing it home. And
Yes.
also as a guarantee for quality, because we have a lot of counterfeit goods in the fabric industry. So being there at the front and also at the back to ensure that there is no compromise in the middle. So that's pretty much some of the safeguards that we put up to ensure that we deliver the very best to our clients.
So you select the buttons, you're selecting
yes,
the material.
It's a really personalized experience, a bespoke process. So it's more involving, and you have to really dial down to the very last detail. So details like the buttons, the quality of fabric, all these are above.
This is what the felt for the collar.
This is actually velvet, velvet with a fine wool, matched for an evening, probably a tuxedo. This is a fine wool, checked for a blazer probably, and a pair of pants. These are buttons. We have silver buttons. This is bullhorn.
Here you have some zips.
Here we have some zippers as well.
So clients, there is an actual design around the zip. And
clients get to choose what. By the end of the day, a bespoke suit is something that really mirrors your personal individuality. From the fabric to the zip to the color of thread, it is your choice. It is something that you can say, I designed this myself. So it's not a mass market creation that is meant for anyone. The person that we are making it for is already established, is already in mind. So every last detail is chosen by you and very, very carefully, and we help you through the entire process and say this is what will look best for you. What do you think?
You're doing that. So
yes,
it's quite a high touch.
It's quite involving. To get a perfectly fitting suit, you have to participate.
Yes.
You have to really be there and be present, because by the end of the day, it's the color of the zipper or the little detail on the near buttonhole that really makes you feel that much closer to being your true self. So it really is quite a
variety. So this is somebody. This would be a more flamboyant pinstripe.
This will be someone who's really outgoing, who's really extravagant, and isn't apologetic for how he looks.
Yes.
It will be someone who's loud enough to say,
"This is me.
This is me, and I'm here, and I'm not going to say sorry for it." While on the contrary, we have a silent one here, which is the pinstripes are really silent.
You can
it's blended in. Yeah, it's the same color, the same navy as the fabric itself, but it's blended in. So it's one that you're going to notice only when he is up close with you. Then you'll get a hint of his suit has some pinstripes. And then you'll begin questioning yourself, are they really pinstripes? Then it invites more curiosity, and you want to look at them.
You're drawing somebody into your orbit.
You're really drawing them in. So it's for the more conservative and more discreet individual who also has a side to him that is loud. Other details, again, are lining, felt details. Like here we have some felt.
So So this is the inside of the
Yes,
suit.
these are things that no one will actually see. The felt is actually the under collar. It goes right under your collar, and you get to choose the color of felting that you want. No one is going to see it, but it makes a significant difference that you know my felt is this color. And sometimes you might be picking up your jacket after work and you get a hint of that beige or that brown under the felt, under the collar of a navy blue suit. And it reminds you that this is something that I chose. And it's really something that you observe when you're at your darkest moment and you realize that you are actually getting things done specifically. Because sometimes you have individuals who are really serious outside, but inside they're playful like children. We get to mirror that through linings, where you'll find a very solid suit outside, where it's a very composed from the outside, but when from the inside, the lining is really playful, really colorful. And that's actually what most of these guys out here are. Most CEOs, yes, they are good in public and really serious individuals, but deep inside they have that joyful character that they would sometimes need to be reminded about, even by themselves. They really need to know that, yes, as much as I run a company worth quite a significant figure, I'm still the individual who goes back home to his family, plays with his kids, helps around with homework and all that. So we get to really help them realize and express that in the most sophisticated of ways.
Last thing, tell us about you've created a club, have you, for your customers?
Actually,
it's a rarefied atmosphere that you're having everyone operate in.
Exactly. This is Menshionette Privé. Menshionette Privé is, I'd say, our core business. As I said earlier, we are more about identity. We are about creating a wardrobe that is self-sustaining and self-sufficient, that you can, at any time, look up and say, for whatever day, for whatever purpose, I am best suited. So the idea behind the philosophy around Menshionette Privé is actually the philosophy that has been for the brand, for the company this entire while, which is owning your identity. So when you take members into Menshionette Privé, we help identify what suits or what fabrics present them the best. Then we generate a list of suits and fabrics from which we're going to tailor to the specific measurements. So it's really creating a wardrobe that, if you're a pinstriped guy, then we get a number of pinstriped fabrics. We look at which one is most conversant with your attributes, which one will, if you're a tall guy, then you would avoid closely spaced pinstripes and go for, tailoring is about, it's about perception. It's about being able to bend reality from visual reality. So we can make a tall guy look shorter or a big guy look trimmer by making careful selection of the fabric, making special cuts in regards to the style of the suit, that is the lapel, the fit of the suit. So it's really, it demands quite an understanding before you tap into this. So, and you have been able to do that. So what we're doing under Menshionette Privé is we take in a limited number of individuals, about 15 per year. It is a closed club, really, really private and discreet. Confidentiality is at the heart of this entire experience. Then we create an identity for you. Like right now, we know Mr. Njonjo, Charles Njonjo, very, very pronounced for his pinstripes, his pinstripe suits with his name on the pinstripes. So, and you don't know him for solid suits or for waistcoat, it's just a pinstripe suit. So we help bring up such ideas and such realization to our clients. So it's a really tight space. Really, it demands a lot of understanding, but we're happy that we have been able to deliver to our clients and still continue delivering to our clients in the best way possible. So we have 3 layers of Menshionette Privé. We have the gold membership. This is a gold membership. This is our lowest offering, our entry-level package. Then we have platinum, which is higher than gold. Then we have imperial status. So depending on your budget and also your intent to look the very best, we hold your hand throughout the way. And it is a 12-month experience. We make it 12 suits over 12 months, one delivered every month. And we ensure that the suits are specially selected and specially made for you. Of course, you have a hand in choosing the fabrics, but we give a share about, depending on also your persona, your personal character. If you're a really serious individual, if you're, let's say, melancholic, or you're really serious about what you do, then we make around 9 suits, entirely executive and formal, business in solid colors. Then you have one probably for a tuxedo and going out, and maybe 2 casual for the weekends. If you're someone who's really outgoing, we tailor each
to the personality.
Yes, to the personality. So it has been split into families. 9 of the wealthiest families in the world. We're talking about the Cox, we're talking about the Rothschild, we're talking about the all Slim Hello. It's pretty much been split. The package has been split into different groups that have been categorized under the title of the wealthiest families in the world. So we then bring you in, depending on your temperament, depending on what kind of individual that you are, then we recommend and prescribe suits according to numbers and according to designs that will put forth your best temperament. So it's really identity suiting. Then people will know you for the checked or the pinstripe. Then it becomes really statement. That way you gather an identity, and you sort of curate this whole idea that when you see Brian or when you see Ali, he's a guy in the check. He's check. We know Ali for his checks. We know Ali for pinstripes and all. So it's really something.
It's been a pleasure speaking with you today.
Mine as well.
I think you've opened up a lot of people's minds and eyes.
I hope I have.
We look forward to working together with you, Brian.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.